to the party. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the next episode of the Tia Talk podcast. You probably already knew that because you're already here. Feeling a bit spicy this morning. I had a good hard talk with myself. I've been in a slump, and I know this morning I was going to talk about more on the Innocence Project and wrongly convicted and my new godson, as we call him, his case that I'm helping him with. But until I can get my mind free and clear of the big looming black cloud over my head, which is getting us moved out of the New Orleans location. And I know I keep repeating myself, but that's a cost of $20,000 a month. Yeah, rent and utilities. And to remind everybody, or maybe new people that are just tuning in, production was supposed to pay for that. Animal Planet was supposed to pay for that when I signed the lease. Unbeknownst to us, 2 weeks after I signed said lease in my name, a 5-year lease, we were then not even informed. We had to read about it online that Animal Planet was going to be no more, and there would be no more new shows filmed. So there I was stuck in this 5-year lease. Anywho, I thought I could swing it for a while, trying different fundraisers, and nothing worked. So finally, I just said, you know what, we got to get out there. And I've gone back and forth with different ideas. Should we move here? Should we move there? It's like 100 dogs. So I finally said, okay, you know what? We're just going to move them onto our existing property here in Assumption Parish. I mean, we got 13 acres there, right? So we started, we ran power and water and did all that and pulled the permits for the electrical, the electrical. And the inspectors come out. We thought they were just going to sign off on everything. And then they started looking at the kennel buildings, the ones that we hauled out from New Orleans. And it was, well, no, this one's not right. And this one needs an extra 2x4 over here. And we're just like, what? Now, to be fair, this was not Assumption Parish building inspectors. This was people above him that kind of oversee big projects. And then he starts telling us, oh, you can only have, X number of buildings on a commercial property, and this is considered commercial. And I'm like, oh my God, are we going to have to subdivide? Are we going to have to move all these buildings? I mean, so right now we're at a standstill. We can't use the buildings. There's no power to them. Yeah. So I didn't know what I was going to do. And each 30 days that passed, I was forking out that $20,000 to pay for rent and utilities for New Orleans. So along comes a curveball, and a good curveball. A friend out here offered to do a rent-to-own kind of thing for his property that he was selling, 14 acres. And I'm like, wait a minute. It's cheaper for me to pay you rent-to-own for 14 acres on something that's going to be ours eventually than keep paying $20,000 a month on this warehouse, and it's never going to be mine. And yes, the conversation came up. I was sitting down with Earl and Tony Converse, our one and only parolee figures that are left. No, excuse me. We still have Danny, but she's in West Virginia. But anyways. And I said, yeah, go ahead and say it. If I had known back then what I know now, I never would have rented warehouses in New Orleans to put dogs. It's just, money going down the drain. Now, mind you, production helped us cover some of those expenses. But, they wanted to film in New Orleans. It wasn't TV friendly saying, yeah, she lives in this little place called Assumption Parish. New Orleans is TV, it's TV magic. Anywho. So, thankfully, this new place, like I said, it's right here It's move-in ready. I mean, the houses are. We still have to figure out kennels and whatnot. I'm not bringing them big buildings quite yet because they are what got us in trouble. Those amazing kennel buildings that you see in video and everything on social media that are at the New Orleans warehouse. So we're not going to bring those out quite yet. But I kept procrastinating. And finally last night, that epiphany, however the hell you say it. I'm like, you know what, let's just yank the Band-Aid off. Let's start moving dogs. Oh my God, worm. Really? You gotta sneeze in the middle of my podcast? I don't know if you heard that. Wretched sound. No, Jethro, we're not going out right now. Yeah. It's like I just wanted to just give me a few minutes to get through this episode. Okay? Anyway, today we are moving the first city dogs out here to the country. So I'm pretty excited. I worked on their profiles for the website all night last night. I'm going to call them like the housewarming dogs. You know, like this is a housewarming for them. So, yeah, the first three that are going to be moved are Butterscotch and what's the other one's name? Butterscotch. Oh no. Yes, that is his name. Oh no. And then the other one is Kim Possible. I don't know what that is. I think it's like a kids TV show. So those three are going to get moved today, and by the weekend, more, and we're just going to keep doing it till we do it. So this is why I'm feeling kind of like rejuvenated. I can feel I'm making progress. So the goal, by the end of this month, so September 30th, for those that are listening today, that's in what, 3 weeks. I want all the dogs out of New Orleans. And then we'll take the month of October to move our stuff. Please let us get out of there. It's so expensive. So anyways, this is kind of a no-nonsense episode. Like I said, I had a much more serious topic to discuss. I wanted to get this out there and explain why I'm not around like I should be. I'm just here to share the news. All right, y'all. Well, tomorrow should be back to normal, and I'll continue with my serious topics. But for now, I have a bloodhound outside barking his head off, and I got to prepare for 3 new dogs. Yeah, my mission is to rescue. And oh yeah, my hope is that one day I won't have to. And then you'll find me on the beaches of Tahiti. All right, I'll talk to y'all tomorrow.